Hi guys, and welcome back to Vape City Reviews. And I've already been pumping the reviews out this week. The products have been just flying in. And today, and for the last couple, we'll be moving away from pods, and we're seeing more of a return to mods and tanks and things like that. Now, this one's going to pique the interest of a lot of people, just because of their past history and success with their tanks and their coils. There's two kits. We're going to do one in this video, and the next video will be the second one. We're looking at the new Freemax kits. It's called the Freemax Maxus. This is the 200 watt kit, and it's using the new, they're calling this the Maxus M Pro tank, but it's the Mesh Pro version 2. And what you can see there is, you'll see it down below better when I do the unboxing, but we've got resin here, and a plain panel there. But yeah, basically version 2 of the Mesh Pro tank on a mod that looks very similar to some other mods out there on the market, but it is a dual 18650. So we're going to pop down below, guys, unbox this, give you a wee quick run around the menu and the new chip that they've put inside the mod, and come back up, vape on it, and give you my pros and cons, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Yay! Okay guys, here we are down below with the Freemax Maxus kit. This is a dual battery 200 watt system, I believe. Yeah, 200 watt system, goes between 5 and 200 watts using their new Freemax Mesh Pro 2 tank. So that is the new box, guys. It comes in all different range of colours, something going to be there to suit everybody. The boxes is pretty standard. You get your scratch and sniff, specifications and the contents and all the normal warnings and all that stuff. Good stuff right there. Let's drop that down out of the way. Okay, so this is the box mod itself, and then we're sort of going back into the drag sort of type style dual battery devices, but yeah, that's Freemax's one there. The Maxus 200, we did see the Maxus 100 there. This is the dual version, the dual battery version, the 200. Now the tank also is slightly different. This is the TPD version of the Mesh Pro 2, and it's got that sort of Pyrax, is it Pyrax? I don't know. That's Pyrax or plastic. I can't see were anywhere telling me what this material is, so quite possibly it could be a tank cracker. You're going to need to just be careful putting citrusy juices in that. I'm sure there's going to be a bubble glass available for the EU version, but for the meantime, this is the TPD version, and it is 2 milliliters only. The coils are absolutely huge. I think they're going to be different from the Mesh Pro 1 coils. I'm not 100% sure on that either. Let's take a look at the pre-installed coil. Okay, we'll take us a little bit closer in. So the pre-installed coil has absolutely huge intakes for the liquid. It's got a stainless steel 904 M2 mesh coil. This is a 0.2 ohm, and it's vaped best between 60 and 90 watts. And if you look down in there, and it's using the T3 fibre that Freemax have been using recently in their coils, and it's going to give you better coil life, better coil duration. Just make sure when you're getting this going, guys, make sure you prime it up really well, make sure all that cotton's very well saturated before you fire the vape. We'll screw this back on. And as with the 100 version of the Maxus, it's got the accents on the holes just here, and also down on the base to match that 810 drip tip. The 810 drip tip does come off. It's slightly easier on this one. 2 O-rings on there, and one just inside the drip tip there itself. But tighter to get back in than it was to get out. You want to fill this, guys, you're going to spin it around, you're going to look for that little red mark, which is just here, and you're going to slide across, and then you're going to get a little fill mechanism just there, and that's where you're going to put the juice. That kidney hole is bigger than the one on the 100 watt, and you're going to have less problems with airlock on this one than what you would have with the 100 watt version. But that is the Mesh Pro version 2. If I do get a bubble glass or a clear glass for this, I will let you know if it makes much of a difference to the look. But I don't like that sort of plasticky. It just takes away from the whole, because the mod's gorgeous, you know, and in the 100 watt, you know, it was proper glass, and it made all the difference just to the overall look of the mod. Spare bag, you're getting your little couple of spare O-rings and what not there. The spare coil, let's take this out. And we'll give you a look at this one. So if you can see, that is the Freemax stainless 904 again, M1 mesh coils, 0.15 ohm, and its best fire between 40 and 70. And if you look down there, that is just one big single mesh run there. And yeah guys, airflow just comes in from underneath. So that is the spur coil. Them coils are huge. They're almost like wee mini RDAs themselves, you know. I mean, if you compare this coil to a wee normal mouth along coil, the difference is absolute night and day. So pretty huge coils. They're from Freemax. You get your warning card to do with your batteries. You get your warranty card as expected. You do get your USB Type-C cable that Freemax used in both the 100 watt and the 200 watt version of this, and again the user manual. We'll take a closer look at the 200 watt version, because I'm sure this is more that everybody's interested in. Yeah, very drag-esque. The 510 is not mounted in the center, but it's not totally mounted off to the right. It's offset, and I think that's just to allow them curves where you'll be able to fit something wider than a 25. We'll put the tank on that comes with it, and if you look there, that comes right to the edge. There's probably a wee slight millimeter of give. If they had brought that 510 over, you would have had some overhang just there. You know, so they really couldn't have moved that 510 over any further. But to be honest, it sits nice just off center. It's not too far over, and I don't think that's too bad at all, to be honest with you. And it looks, again, absolutely gorgeous. The resin all matching. Well, it matches the top half of the panel on your drip tip, not the bottom half. And again, them accents as well. So this is the dual battery version, and I'm going to need to find 2 batteries. The menu on this, guys, you should expect it to be identical, well, pretty much identical, apart from the wattage from the Maxus 100 watt. So what way are we putting these? Okay, we do not have we've got arrow. Well, we do have a minus, so we have a minus here on this side, just there. It was hard to see that. And then the plus is going to be opposite. And I didn't use the ribbon correctly, but anyway, that's just far ahead. I should have used that ribbon correctly, so it was easier to pull these batteries out. Okay, so okay, that's us back in, and again, as with the first one, there's no wiggly wanglies with this. That is a really solid, in place, and very good indeed. Now, down to the board. The board's going to be pretty much exactly the same as the 100 watt version, apart from up here at the top right hand side, you've got your 2 battery cells, and that's going to show you where your battery level's sitting at. I'm going to do 3 clicks, and it's bringing you back in to exactly the same menu that we had before. So there's no need to go over that again. If you haven't seen the Maxus 100 video, I'm going to stick a link somewhere about there or about there, and you can watch a wee bit more in depth into the menu of that one. So yeah, guys, that is the Maxus 200 watt featuring the Mesh Pro version 2 tank. Okay, the 100 watt is featuring the Firelook version 3 tank, where the 200 watt is featuring the Mesh Pro version 2. So, guys, that is the down below section, all done and completed for the Mesh Pro version 2 with their new Maxus mod. I'm going to spend about 4 or 5 days vaping on these, seeing how well these coils take a very sweet e-liquid, and I will be back up in a couple of seconds for you, and it's going to be 3 or 4 days for me. So yeah, let's take her back up top. Yeesh. Okay guys, so there you have it, back up top with the Freemax Maxus 200 watt kit, and it's a fucking looker, it really is. Now, as you seen down below, the mod does remind you a lot of the Voopoo drag, the iJoy shotgun, or Shogun shotgun. It's got that style to it. One thing that I didn't mention down below, and I really should have, was that as it is a dual battery, but what you can do is you can actually pop out one battery, and this thing will still run with one battery installed, which is a pretty nifty feature. It will go as high as 80 watts with one battery installed, and you can vape it. So quite a nifty wee feature there. It doesn't matter what way you put the batteries in as well. They're calling that smart load or smart loading. So it says you can put the batteries in any way you please, which is quite a good idea, quite a nifty idea. And the fact if you're running low on battery power, you've only got one battery spare, you can stick the one in and still get a vape from it. Goes to 80 watts with one battery and 200 with two batteries. 200, I don't know if it's going to do that or not. So let's give this tank a little run. The coil in this is the 0.15 ohm, been rated between 60 and 80 watts. I've got it at 65. We'll do the airflow wide open and then we'll do it closed off. So wide open. 65 watts wide open. It's a very airy tank. So you could put some power behind that. I'm going to shut it off to roughly there, so not too much of it open. Get you more flavour. And it does still quite an airy draw there with it well closed off. But the flavour's really good. It just is. So 80 watts is the highest that they recommend for this 0.15 ohm coil. The flavour is incredible. They are using the tea tree fibres inside these coils. They're tried and tested in their past coils. With the Twister Metal Edition, I think they brought out the tea tree fibres, and the coils do last a pretty decent time. I've been managing 400, 500, 600 puffs per coil, which is roughly around averaging a week's vaping, something along those lines. It's very hard to give an accurate estimate of how long a coil will last. It's how much you vape, the type of juice you vape. There's too many variables there, but you should get a week out of the coils. You really shouldn't have any trouble. Airflow wide open, 80 watts, the highest the coil can go. It's just a cloud sugar. And quite obviously it has no problems with working at all. So, can I fault this device in any way, shape or form? The mod, I can't fault. The only thing people are going to think about the mod is the aesthetics. That's going to be for some people, and it's not going to be for others. We'll have the matching resin here, matching the drip tip, but it doesn't match the bottom. So the two different styles of resin might be a thing that people like, might be a thing that people don't like. Other tanks on this that don't have the matchy top might not just sit quite as nice on top. Apart from that, on the mod end of things, it's brilliant. It works just like a dual battery mod should. Very reliable, the chipset's great, fires really quick and instant, no problems there at all. The new Mesh Pro version 2, Maxus, the Maxus M tank they're calling it, but it's the Mesh Pro 2. What do I think about that? I would love to get the bigger glass, the bubble glass for it. Obviously, we're in the TPD, this is 2 mils and it's just not enough. I can't find the bubble glass just yet, but I am sure when they release this device that will become available. The slide for the fill system that I showed you down below, it hasn't airlocked on me. You can't even really get the needle tips right in there, but there is enough space there to fill the juice down without the airlock. Just tilt the tank slightly as you're filling and you shouldn't have any problems at all. Flavour, incredible. Absolutely incredible flavour. The only downside with the tank for me is it's a very loud tank. You're not going to beat any sort of stealth records with this, it is loud. And even if we shut the airflow right down, not quite as loud, but it is still generically quite a loud tank. But the flavour is absolutely incredible. The mod seems to be hitting them powers, no problems whatsoever. And yeah, battery life seems great. It's an all-round good. If you're into your dual battery box mods with a fucking awesome sub-ohm tank, tried and tested, you're gonna love this. You really are gonna love this, and it will hit them higher wattages if you want to get rid of the tank. Stick a dripper or something on and take the power up a wee bit more. It'll do it, and it'll do it just fine. I have had a lot of fun using this. I've had a lot of fun testing this, and yeah, it's probably going to be a really big hit for Freemax. I can give them that. And this tank, I'm certain, will also be sold separately, just like the Mesh Pro and how well they've done with the Mesh Pro. So yeah, that's it for me, guys, for the Maxus 200 watt kit. Look out for its little baby brother review, the Maxus 100 with the Firelook tank. That's coming up next. And yeah, thanks for having a good time. Thanks for having a good time. I'd like to extend my thanks to Freemax for sending out the Maxus 200 watt kit free for the purpose of this review. It's always appreciated. And to you guys for watching this all the way to the end. Anything I didn't cover and you would like to know, guys, just ask me down below in the comments and I do my best to get around to you all. So yeah, that's it for me for this one. Hope you all have a bloody awesome day. Take care and bye. Wee.